have a tendency to ask too many questions, boy. Would that you had a tendency to wonder silently instead.
I wonder if I'll beat you once again. Uncle Poseidon, sometimes I wonder what my life would have been like had you been part of it sooner. Your encouragement, your enthusiasm, it means a lot. To you, this ambrosia's been to hell and back.
Oh, but isn't this a kingly offering indeed, my little Hades? I know how difficult it must have been to get, so distant from Olympus as you are. I'll never understand how come your father's cruel to you. For if you were my son, I would be proud. Proud anyway, but you get the idea. If you should ever make it here, nephew, know this. I shall be pleased to stand in for the father figure I can tell you never really had. You can engage in all sorts of aquatic competitions, solve riddles, visit the sea nymphs. Oh, it would be great, wouldn't you think?
I know you have no shortage of ambrosia on Olympus, Lady Artemis, but I imagine it's less often that the stuff go all the way from there to here and back. What can I say? You make me proud to be a member of this family.
I never felt like I could be myself with everybody on this mountaintop, you know? So much posturing and bickering, and I just head out to the woods most of the time. Maybe you understand me better than the rest. I've no idea still. But I appreciate you've made attempts to try. I grow so tired of the others here, you know? I'd much rather be out with the woodland nymphs than with these gods upon this mountaintop. You must know what it's like.
These seasons, I suppose I ought to double-check the mortals haven't gone extinct without my intervention at each step.
A word of caution, little nephew. Never turn your back against the sea. And while you're at it, never take up sides against your greatest uncle. Aye, a show of strength like that deserves a commendation, I should think. Although for next time, know my favor's not a thing to trifle with.
Hope I didn't keep you waiting, ladies.
Look at this awful piece of trash come here again to bleed all over our nice shiny floor. Ready to fight my lovely sister there, Red Blood?
He's not so awful once you get to know him, sis. Not that it matters for what we're about to do.
The both of you disgust me, Meg, you know that? Get it together and kill him this time, damn you!
I'm absolutely flabbergasted, nephew. I offer you the finest blessings of the earth and sea, and they're not good enough. All right, that's quite enough. I take it you've had about enough of that, correct? You're pretty good. So here, why don't you run along?
Zagreus.
Boy.
Come here a moment, please.
I thought about it more, Mother, and I would like very much if you and Father were to share this. Though, maybe don't let on where you got it, just in case.
This is splendid, Zagreus, but please, if there's one thing I've learned since we met, it's that the trust we share is at the very foundation of our relationships. Why shouldn't he know who this is from? Besides, I think he could figure it out.
Well, when it came to the Olympians, you said yourself that there was only so much truth that they could tolerate. Are you sure Father would be tolerant knowing I got this for the both of you?
I'm sure enough. And if he isn't, I suppose it's more for me.
Well, just as long as someone puts it to good use.
You know I always wanted to be a mother, Zagreus. But after you were born, I was certain I had lost my chance. Then one fine morning you just walked into my life. And here we are. I still cannot entirely believe it. What I mean is, I love you, son. I'm doing my best.
I know. I love you too, Mother.
All right. We've matters with Olympus to resolve. They don't know I'm here, most of them, besides Zeus, maybe Athena. They think you're Nyx's son rather than mine, and that your goal is still to join them on their mountaintop.
What a mess. What can we do? The gods of Olympus have all been very good to me for the most part. I don't feel great about deceiving them. They keep trying to help me escape.
What can we do? We can make peace with them, and let them know the truth. So much of it as they would tolerate. Diplomacy is not your father's strong suit, but I'm going to need you two to do exactly as I say. Do you understand?
Yes, Mother. So what do you intend to do, and how do I fit in?
We're going to invite all of them to a little family gathering. Here. And you shall personally deliver them their invitation, Zagreus.
Mother, are you serious? So we're just going to have a bash with them, and they'll just see you after all this time and be fine with everything?
They certainly shall not be fine with everything. But Hades and I will be prepared to tell them what they need to hear. Don't worry. I shall do the talking.
What are you going to say?
Oh, you know, that we met, fell in love, eloped, had a child. A child who, once grown, sought desperately to reconnect with his extended family. To the chagrin of his grim lord father.
That's all true. As individual statements, at least.
Fortunately, our loving and dutiful son at last persuaded his mother and father to reveal their secretive relationship, and make an effort to rejoin their great family.
Your mother won't be happy that you left.
I'll deal with her. Perhaps I'll have to visit her and the rest of them from time to time, if that's what it shall take. But I'll be back. I have no choice. Did you know that if you eat the seeds of an underworld pomegranate, then you cannot leave for 1 month out of the year per seed?
What? No, I never knew that.
Neither do they.
How soon is this family gathering you have in mind going to take place?
Soon after you invite them all, I hope. Now go. And trust in me, all right? We have a lot to learn of trust, I think.
I know what you mean. I'll let you know when it's done.
Hey, Prince, is it really true about Miss Meg and you? I mean, that you're, because if so, then I want you to know. I'm just so happy for the two of you. That's wonderful, you two. I'm so glad.
Thank you, Dusa. I know you and Miss Meg are close, so I am grateful that we have your blessings. Though we're kind of not out in the open with it necessarily, so if you please, just keep it quiet for us, would you?
Oh, you better believe it. I will tell nobody whatsoever. No. I'll just be very, very happy to myself. All right then. Bye.
Bye.
You are still in a difficult predicament, my child, and I with you in turn. Those on Olympus think you seek them even now, that you are my own son by birth. Our deception, well-intentioned as it was, has multiplied in size.
You're right. We have to do something. We can't just keep pretending with them.
But if you reveal to them the truth of everything, I fear the wrath they shall unleash. Perhaps not all of them, but some, at least, shall not take such deceptions well.
I couldn't agree more. Fortunately, Mother has a plan. Asked me to get in touch with everybody on Olympus one by one.
Your birth mother is resourceful, certainly. Though can you say as yet which sort of plan?
Would you believe it if I told you she wants to have all of them over for ambrosia?
Truly?
Hope Mother knows what she's doing. In the name of Hades, Olympus, this is an official message. Lady Demeter, this is for you.
What's all of this, young Zagreus? A message of some sort for me indeed. I can't decipher it, although it bears the marks of my two foster brothers here. And, well, it seems we'd better compare notes.
Found you, Huntress. Here, in the name of Hades, Olympus, this is an official message. Especially for you, Lady Artemis.
Some kind of special message for me. Oh, looks like there's one for everybody on Olympus, then. Felt rather special for a moment there, and now you're making me check in with all the others. Great.
All right, here goes. In the name of Hades, Olympus, this is an official message. Uncle Poseidon, hope you can make this out.
What's this, nephew? Why isn't this a note? Or part of one addressed to me, but it appears there should be other pieces for the others here. Ah, it's like a sunken treasure then, which means I must seek its mysteries at once.
I get to be the messenger this time. In the name of Hades, Olympus, this is an official message. Lord Hermes, got here as quickly as I could.
Why, that looks like you've got a message just for me this time. How special is that, boss? Some sort of invite from the looks of things. You sure that I'm supposed to have this, seeing as I'm not officially involved?
Sure hope this works. In the name of Hades, Olympus, this is an official message. For you in all your splendor, Lord Uncle Zeus.
My, what is this you have for me, young man? Appears to be a message of some sort, bearing my thunder sigil. Though there's one for everybody on Olympus, have they as yet received their own? I must know what it says. It's from your father. Who else can it be? I better check on this.
I offer you this ambrosia in your name and honor, Lord Ares. To the god of war, how many foes have I vanquished with your aid and guidance? But more than that, I am pleased to know you, and to be your cousin.
Such an exquisite gift this is indeed. Yet the destruction you have sown, the sheer carnage, nothing can surpass that, I should think. Should you ever go to war, my kin, genuinely go to war, I mean, do look me up. I imagine I would take your side.
Here goes then. In the name of Hades, Olympus, this is an official message. Lord Ares, please consider our proposal, once you're able to decipher it.
My, what is this, my kin? Some sort of invitation for me, I presume? Not just for me. This symbolizes all the others here? Most intriguing. I shall investigate the meaning of this as quickly as I'm able then. But first...
This is it then. In the name of Hades, Olympus, this is an official message. Lady Athena, I trust you'll quickly figure this one out.
Is this some kind of offering for me? No, hold a moment. This appears to be a message. Part of one. Then, can this mean... I have to notify the others. I trust they also have received something from you, or shortly shall.
So that's your choice. Maybe you're more like my relatives than I'd care to admit. So you survived. So what? Here, why not take a boon and then be off?
Okay, I think I'm ready. In the name of Hades, Olympus, this is an official message. And I hope it finds you well, Lady Aphrodite.
Why, this is something, dearest. Such an enigmatic message you have sent. How positively captivating. I must know what it says. It bears the marks of others on Olympus, so perhaps we ought to share some common knowledge on the subject,
Having gained the surface once again, Prince Zagreus breathes deeply of the wildflowers and the roses and the like, among which one of them contains an allergen so intolerably potent that it causes this. No!
Well. What's going on with Charon, by the way, if you can tell me, Than? He's never been particularly talkative, but he really seems to know the inner workings of this place.
I correspond with Charon all the time, but even I don't know the full extent of his responsibilities. He's an independent contractor of sorts, been here forever. Your father gives him plenty of space to work.
He must be compensated pretty well for having done this for so long, tending the influx of new souls and all of that.
I doubt he's in it for the compensation, Zagreus. There is no underworld without Charon. I think he knows that, and your father knows it too.
I never thought of it like that.
Time seems to stand quite still within the eternal realm of the dead. evidenced even by the means of measuring its passage.
Looks like it's 7:48.
Zagreus, did you forget about our private tutoring again? Come on. Let's see now. There. I take it you'll remember what I've taught you.
Hey, I saw you in Thanatos recently, Prince. You too? You don't mind me saying, you are quite the pair. I mean, you ought to see yourselves. You're... whew, makes me a little woozy just remembering it now. Well, up I go then. Bye!
Bye. Guess everybody knows.
I just don't know how I can ever repay you. For raising him. For everything. After I left, besides old Cerberus, I think maybe I missed you most of all.
I can remember feeling similar emotions at the time. However, it is quite unnecessary to give thanks to me this way. You are the queen, safely returned where you belong. I did what anybody would have in my place.
Anybody would have lovingly raised my estranged son while keeping safe my secret, eventually orchestrating an elaborate plot to reunite him with me, so that I might someday return to have a nectar with them in the lounge.
Precisely, yes.
Here, sir. To you and to Patroclus. May the remainder of eternity more than make up for everything it took for you to come this far.
Oh, thank you, lad. Prince. Zagreus. You really oughtn't to have. In fact, I shall accept this from you once again, but not a bottle more.
Really? I mean, I meant no offense, of course. It's just, I thought you enjoyed this stuff, no?
We do enjoy it, quite a bit, in fact. But in Elysium, it's something to be earned more than accepted, and, well, perhaps in being there, a bit of our old pride is coming back.
Well, good. You have much to be proud of, Achilles. You're a great warrior, a great instructor, great friend.
If, indeed, I've something to be proud of, lad, it's that someone such as you can say a thing like that to me, and mean it.
I mean it.
Dearest wife, I sense your heart is very full indeed. You positively emanate with love. You must have grown quite close to many dear to you. Perhaps so you may do the same with me. I'm so delighted to have seen your spirit shine.
See you next.
I eagerly await learning some more about the contents of that fascinating message you had sent up here, nephew. How mysterious indeed. I'll be keeping an eye on all the others that come in.
Hope this lives up to your expectations, mate. In the name of Hades, Olympus, this is an official message. Should be a good time, Lord Dionysus.
Whoa, hold just for a moment, Zag. Now, I can recognize an invite when I see one, man. And this is definitely, almost certainly, some sort of invite. One for me and one for everybody else, it looks like here. Oh, I'm excited. That is something really special, I can tell. Zag, I can take a jest, ask anybody, but when it comes to competition here, it's not a laughing matter. Do you understand me, man? I just can't stay mad about you, Zag. And to be honest, why, I wasn't that mad to begin with. I just thought I'd shake your branches up a bit.
So complicated is the path to the well-hidden cottage of Persephone that surface-walking Zagreus, on this particular occasion, sadly zigs instead of zags, plummeting from off a precipice into most familiar waters.
It's done, Mother. Father, the invitations, personally sent to everyone with whom I've been in contact. So what do we do now?
Excellent, Zagreus. Congratulate him, Hades. On a job well done.
Persephone, how can you be so certain your request was executed to your satisfaction?
It's known as trust, Hades. Or faith. They're similar. Try one sometime. It'll be good for you. As for what we do next, why, we've a great big feast we must prepare.
This house is not a suitable location for such guests. Dionysus alone shall bring ruin to this place. Or... the faith thing that you said.
Yes, good. Now then, we have a lot of work to go around, so why don't we call everyone on staff and let them in on this, and dole out suitable responsibilities, all right?
All right.
All right.
All right.
Thus did all of Olympus journey deep into the underworld, all together for the very first time. The Queen Persephone revealed herself in all her splendor, much to their surprise, and told them everything she indicated to her son. She eloped with Grim Lord Hades, she said, mothering a fire-stepping prince who sought to reconnect with his extended family. Hades and Persephone at first refused his wish, but so moved were they by his relentless struggles to the surface that at last they decided to heed their willful Zagreus and reach out, for his and everybody's sake. The Olympians listened to all this in stunned silence. Then Zeus himself began to laugh. "Welcome back into the family," he said. After the shock subsided, the festivities began.
I say, big brother, you and your better half put on a positively smashing night. It's a relief for all of us, knowing Persephone is safe and sound, and mother to as noble of a son as my good nephew there.
Well, little brother, the Queen and I, in turn, appreciate you all taking time out of your doubtless busy lives to come all this distance to my house. I'm certain it is very modest in comparison to Mount Olympus, but I trust that you were suitably entertained.
Oh, of course, Hades. Now then, farewell, and let us keep in better touch from here.
Farewell indeed, Lord Zeus.
When finally the great feast ended, all the Olympians returned to their mountain abode, fully satisfied. As for the house of Hades, it required thorough cleansing, from the rafters to the floor. Such revelry, of course, is unbecoming of the name of Hades, and the fearsome reputation of the underworld. For if mortals were to have no fear of death, then they would have no fear of anything at all. A well-kept family secret, then, this would live on to be.
I'd say that went about as well as could have been expected. And the cleanup wasn't all that bad. For the most part.
Well, fortunate Uncle Zeus seemed to catch on right away and went along with it. But this whole elaborate tale you spun... I remember how hurt I felt when I found out Father lied to me about you. Now we're lying to Olympus. What if they find out? Even if they don't, I don't like it.
Zagreus, I may not be an expert, but here's what I've come to understand about how families work. At least our own. The thing is, how we speak to one another is even more important than the words we use. I think, deep down, everyone in our family knows this.
You're saying they all knew you weren't being perfectly honest and went along with it anyway. I guess the pomegranate thing in particular was a bit of a stretch.
The common ground in our family is that we want peace. Besides Ares, though even he would rather the conflict occur elsewhere. That elaborate tale, it's less a deception and more a concession. A way of saying, let's move on from the past and start anew. No hard feelings.
You don't have hard feelings? What about Father? What about Demeter?
Well, let's see. My hard feelings are nothing next to the joy of having my son in my life. Your father never imagined his relationship with me could be out in the open. And my mother, she's just glad I'm alive.
And Uncle Zeus is glad things didn't turn out worse for him. I get the sense he acts a bit impulsively at times and deals with the consequences later.
What can I tell you, Zagreus? We're family. You've said it yourself to me before. We're stuck with one another. That any of us like each other in the slightest. It's a wonder and a blessing, I think.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Thanks, Mother. Think I'll be heading out again soon. See you when I get back.
Sounds good. I'll see you then.
Come here, Zach.
I feel like everybody knows about us, Meg. Even Aphrodite herself seemed to know we were involved. It's not like I've been going around boasting. You wanted to keep things quiet, didn't you?
Zagreus, are you happy with how things are between us now? Or do you have a problem with it?
Well, I could do without the kill or be killed stuff, if we're being honest. That part is still a little weird, but otherwise, yes, I mean, I'm happy. You're you.
Then that's enough. Let them say what they want. What does it matter? We're gods. The things they say about us, even other gods, you pay too much attention to it, it'll drive you out of your mind.
But I know how important your career is to you. This won't create a problem.
We've already crossed that bridge, I think. Stop worrying.
I refuse.
The stalwart casks of wine within the House of Hades now are almost entirely devoid of content, having bravely stood against the combined thirst of the Olympians during a certain feast.
They fought bravely, but Lord Dionysus was too strong. How's this place looking? We're all very proud of you, boy. You were so well behaved at the feast. I was worried sick one uncle or the other was going to set you off at some point, but you were patience incarnate. Thanks for helping show our extended family a good time.
How infernal Cerberus, the Hound of Hell, managed to maintain civilized behavior throughout the duration of the recent feast remains a mystery to all who attended.
You like it when you get pets like this, don't you, boy?
And next?
So, I'm quite confused, I must admit, my friend. The Queen Persephone, she is your mother, then? How is it that she came to reside here?
Well, it all started when my father saw her on Olympus, and they fell madly in love. He swept her off her feet and brought her here. The Olympians, they got pretty worried when they saw she was gone. But now it's okay. Everything's out in the open.
But surely the Queen's mother on Olympus, the great goddess Demeter, surely she would quite like it if she saw her daughter still from time to time.
Oh, that. Thing is, Mother ate some pomegranate seeds when she was here. And we have rules about that stuff, you know. It means she cannot leave this place for very long at all. I'm sure Demeter will understand. And unfreeze everything when her daughter's around.
Ah, yes, pomegranate seeds, of course, of course. Though, there is one more subject I don't understand, which is how you fit into all of this. Were you not trying to escape from here?
Forget about me, Orpheus. This isn't about me, it's about Mother. What's important is she's here where she belongs.
I see. I understand. Well, thank you then for clearing all that up. It is a splendid tale, I must say, and every part of it makes sense to me at last.
Same goes for me, mate. Same goes for me.
So, lad, tell me then, how went the family feast? Was everything all right?
Well, I confess I was perhaps a little nervous for practically the entire thing, but all in all, I had a good time, and I'm very, very glad it all turned out the way it did. How about yourself?
I quite enjoyed it too. Last time I was invited to a feast, I was still busy warring on the surface. That's how long it's been. I must say, your mother's quite good with words. Had everybody chatting, laughing.
She really pulled it off. But for all her confidence, I don't think she knew she had it in her. Because if she did, if she reached out to Olympus sooner, a lot of things could have been different.
Don't dwell on that. I spoke a bit with Nyx. Your mother had her reasons. No one gets to act on perfect information, right? All we have is what we think we know, and what our conscience tells us. Your mother got to where all this was possible, all thanks to you.
All thanks to me, sir. I had ample help along the way. For instance, I could not have done it without you. Would have been using an old chair leg as a weapon, I suppose.
And what a fearsome chair leg it would be. In any case, you heading out there soon? Olympus should be more than happy to assist in your security review, if that's what we're calling it now.
Yeah, I should go. I'll see you not too long from now.
And you in turn.
Hey, Orpheus, you know I once wrested this bottle of ambrosia from the champions of Elysium, defeating them 2 against 1, just so I could bring it here to you personally.
Please, my friend. I feel I am undeserving of such a relentless show of kindness on your part. I shall accept, but you'll relent, won't you? As well as forgive me.
Mate, if that is your wish, then it will be my pleasure to oblige. Though may this gift symbolize the strength of our friendship for an eternity to come. I've learned so much from you.
Thank you, my friend. Would that I had capacity to take some joy from this.
You know, Skelly, I still cannot entirely get over that whole permanently kill you stunt you pulled on me. You had me deeply worried for a while, all for just a laugh.
Yeah, that's right. Not exactly much to do here, in case you hadn't noticed recently. Good thing I'm able to stay occupied with intellectual pursuits.
That's what you call it, then? In any case, I did want to make sure. You sure that you're alright having to stand around like this?
You kidding, pal? This is the life. Imagine getting paid to stand around and being pals with you.
Well, great, I guess.
You must have had yourself a real bash with all those fancy gods and stuff. Could hear all the festivity from all the way out here. How was it, pal?
It went better than expected, all in all. I hope you didn't feel left out. It was a pretty limited guest list. Kind of a diplomatic mission, I would say. Not quite as good a time as it might have sounded from the outside.
Oh, don't you even worry about me there, pal. I much prefer the solitary life, and besides, when things are good for you, they're good for me. Glad everything worked out.
Same here. My Lady Aphrodite, once more you've graced me with your presence and your favor, which inspire the best from me. Let this modest gift of ambrosia signify I am forever in your debt.
My little godling. I'd say you've honored me more times than I could count, but that would be a lie now, wouldn't it? I so admire your devotion and your perseverance. If ever you do reach us on Olympus, I should very much enjoy getting to know you even better then. Dearest, you've no idea what a delightful time I had while visiting you recently. So many new sights and sounds and smells, why, it was wonderful. And you are burdened with a big responsibility, aren't you? Mind if I lend my graces to you still from time to time?
You know, nephew, I had a positively raucous time down there with your old father and Persephone when she at sight. I never thought I'd see her again. So then we're one big happy family at last. But you've a job to do, and we upon Olympus will do our fair share.
I have to tell you, Zagreus, that it was wonderful to meet with you at last. We were so pleased to learn Persephone was safe. And Nyx-wise, she's as stunning as they say. Shouldn't have lied to us about your parentage, but I know things get complicated here, and that what's done is done.
This is the greatest delicacy of Olympus, Master Chaos. It's for you. I think normally it would be difficult for the Olympians to get it to you here.
You make an even greater offering to me, knowing it shall produce no material result. You are aware that I am not persuadable. Yours is a squandering of resources and time. Although, of course, we do have each of these in great supply. Now then, respond.
I just think the act of giving isn't quite the same as an exchange. I know I won't be getting any sort of other talisman or something in return, but through these offerings I can express my thanks. That's worth it by itself.
I see. So then the action is akin to theft. For you are getting something in return that I did not intend to give. I still have much to learn from my creation, son of Hades, so let us say that we have made an even trade. My learning for your worth. It pleases me your gathering of the Olympians occurred. I must inform you, I had never once before detected quite so many of my offspring in a single space. At least not without violent intent.
Hope you enjoyed the feast with the Olympians, Charon. We didn't have much of a chance to chat, though it looked like you and Hermes were having a good time. We'll have to do it again sometime. Oh, sorry that you couldn't make the feast back at the house, Tisiphone. Though I don't really think it was your kind of scene. Although Ares was there, he's probably done some murders, right?
Murder? Murder!
My little sprout. Young Zagreus. My grandson. I can scarce believe it still. To think that Kore, or Persephone, my daughter, she had been with foster brother Hades all this time. A match I wouldn't have expected or approved. That's why she left. How blasted hearts do what they want.
Gotta tell you, cuz, that was a real something of a feast back at your place. A little awkward having to pretend we just met, but hey, I'm an Olympian. Means I can posture with the best of them. Good times, cuz. Glad it all worked out.
Have you yet heard, monster? The Queen Persephone is back to rule the underworld in all her terrifying grace. Perhaps one of these days or nights she shall be present in the stands to witness your destruction at our hands.
Yeah, about that, she's my mother. So maybe watch your fool mouth with me, or else I might just put in a bad word.
Oh, you disgust me, demon, that you would even dare to say such things about the Queen. Prepare now to be vanquished in her name.
Wars waged over love, my kin. Can you imagine that? The Lady Aphrodite and I can endlessly discuss such circumstances. I trust from time to time you stop to ask yourself how come you choose to fight. Not that you need a reason, of course.
Oh, Lord Ares, truly there isn't the need to cloud our little godling's thoughts and judgment with such comments, is there? Let's give him what he wants, and we can carry on in private about that.
You're never late, Father.
If you are here, then, the Olympians must still be lending you their aid. Just as before. I scarce believe the Queen's preposterous idea worked. That all it took to settle an old score was a blasted family feast.
Come on, Father, even you must have enjoyed that feast to some extent. We ought to do it more often. Good thing you trusted Mother's judgment on that one. So then, to the death once more?
Indeed. To the death as always, boy. Zagreus, ready yourself.
He cannot kill me like this every time, believes the underworld prince. He shall eventually have no more ideas. But the prince, as often is the case, is wrong.
Your mother's very clever, Zagreus. I always thought you got that from your father. Now I'm not so sure. So all is well with the Olympians again?
For now, I think it is. But you know how they are. How we all are, I guess.
Huh. Yes, indeed. Well then, I guess enjoy it while it lasts, as mortals sometimes say. I'll see you out there.
Bye, Than. I have to say, Mother, that was a clever plan. Convincing Father to finally let somebody have some fun around here.
Well, I'm glad it worked out for the best. There's just one thing that happened that I ought to tell you about, son. No secrets between us and all. This is quite difficult for me to say.
It's about Demeter, isn't it? You two were talking half the night. She wants you to come home with her, doesn't she? You'll always be her little one, something like that.
Indeed. Something like that. You're quite perceptive, have I ever told you, Zagreus? But yes, my mother, she was quite conflicted. Didn't know whether to smite me or to hold me. Maybe both. And yes, she asked that I come home. To my responsibilities.
So, you're leaving? No, Mother, you can't be leaving. You just got here.
Oh, it's not as bad as that. It's just... if we are to keep the peace down here, then I must spend some time up there. Every so often. But I shall always return in no time at all. I promised Hades, and I promise you.
Well then, when are you going to go?
Soon, Zagreus. Perhaps by the time you're back.
I don't suppose I can come with you, can I?
You know the surface isn't good for you. Besides, you're needed here. But if you really want to see it for yourself someday, who knows? Perhaps eventually we'll figure out a way.
I'm going to miss you, Mother.
I'm going to miss you too, son.
Your reports have been much more punctual of late, Hypnos. That is to be expected. However, the illustrated edges, a clever detail, ensures certain reports are easily procured from a stack of parchment.
Oh, thanks, Master. Glad you like those. Ever since Thanatos made pretty clear to me I was about to lose my job, I started keeping a list of my own tasks, which I sort through each day, deciding on priority, estimating time to completion, cost-benefit analysis.
Yes, well, certainly then you have a number of such tasks requiring your attention. Continue working diligently then.
Okay.
Begging your pardon, Zagreus, but I'm mid-performance at this time.
By the way, I meant to tell you, child. The ambrosia that you gave me? Rather than hold on to it indefinitely, I decided recently to sample it. Your father's claims about its flavor are quite false. I have never tasted anything like it.
So glad you liked it, Nyx. And good timing, too, because I have for you another bottle here. They say each one is different in its own respect. And besides, the pleasures of Olympus should be shared. Please take it, won't you?
You are persuasive like your mother and determined like your father, child. But if you so insist, then I shall not deny myself the simple pleasures of this drink, though rare is the occasion for it here.
That's quite all right. It never spoils, and you have all the time in the world.
It was a privilege to meet your relatives at last, child. Athena, Ares, and the rest. Confronted face to face, they were much more agreeable than I expected. A night we shall remember, was it not?
A memorable night it was indeed, Nyx. For most of us, at least. Dionysus, he won't remember any of it, I don't think. But it was really good to see everyone having a good time. Getting along as though they didn't hold a grudge. So then we're clear, I think.
Persephone told them everything they needed to hear. Sometimes that is the only way with family. Though the Olympians, they are prone to their misunderstandings, are they not? This state of kinship may not last eternally.
Well, let's enjoy it while it does, I guess.
A sound idea.
Medusa, this whole place, it looks immaculate. That's even after all Olympus came here for that giant feast. How did you get everything clean so fast?
Oh, well, I guess I have my ways, Prince. Sometimes you get one of those jobs and you just want to give it everything you've got, you know? I get a lot of jobs like that. Feeding Cerberus, cleaning the raptors. But this one, I just knew it was the perfect job for me.
Well, you did amazing here.
There he is.
All right, fess up, Skelly. Who are you working for? I know it's not Achilles, it's not Nyx. Dusa has no idea who you are. My father, no way. Hypnos, give me a break. So the house is ruled out?
Sorry, pal, my lips are sealed. How about we change the subject?
How about you tell me who your sources are?
Nope.
Tell me.
No way.
Tell me.
I said no.
Tell me, Skelly.
Nuh-uh.
Come on, tell me, please.
No means no.
Why won't you tell me?
Nice try, pal.
What if I never hit you again?
No?
So help me, Skelly, if you don't tell me who you're working for, there will be no more violence between us, ever.
No. Please have mercy, boyo.
No mercy, Skelly. Tell me, or else it will be only pleasantries between us from here on out.
All right. But you gotta promise me something. Promise not to let on or tell anybody in your fancy house, all right? Or else I'm done for. I'm serious.
I promise. So?
It's Charon.
Charon? Huh.
Yeah, he's rich. He's got connections to guys like me, and I think he's got a horse in this chariot race you got going on around here with Papa.
What's his angle?
No idea. Maybe he likes you, maybe he's bored.
And Hermes. He's working for Charon too.
Yep. Now let's pretend like none of this ever happened so I can stick around, all right? Remember, pal, you promised.
Okay.